Aloha, and welcome to Wisdom Dialogues with Hope Johnson, coming to you from Hawaiian Paradise Park on the beautiful big island of Hawaii. Yay, I'm so happy to be with you today. As you can see, my background is very different. That's because it is a cold, loud, rainy day in Hawaii, apparently. You know what's fun, you guys? This is so fun. We set everything into our perception. We've set everything up into our perception, even every challenge and everything. It's so funny. You know, like you're over there, like kind of like I am. I'm over here running a business, uh, apparently, and it's like it seems like you have to do something to make it work, and that's the way we set it up. And whenever it seems like I can't even tolerate this thought anymore, it's a trip. Whenever it seems like I have to do anything, in it, I get so stressed. I cannot tolerate that thought. It is a trip. I have to get out of that idea that I can affect anything, that I really can affect anything, or that it means anything. See, the thing is, we think we can affect our business. We think we have some kind of say in it, and we don't. Same thing, the same token, we think we can. See, we think we can, like we can do something to make the effect. That's the thing. You can't. It's like, when I was doing my first exercise video, which I'll get into later. I did my first exercise video today. It was like the body isn't even here. You know, I was talking about how the body it isn't even here. It's like when we're thinking we can affect the body, the way we think about it is like we think we know what shape we want it to be in. For one, we think we know what the shape is that it should be in, and then we try to make it go into that shape, you know. And it's like you don't really have a choice in that, but the way you think about your body makes you do your exercise in that kind of way, like it's a kind of playing out of the patterns, right? So you might find yourself doing something very jarring and compressing, in nature. You can say in nature, not that anything has any effect on you at all. It's always your mind. So the playing out of it is just going to be symbolic. So that's why I would notice, like, if I got an injury in exercise, I would kind of be like, that's not the vibe I was going for. That's not really the vibe I was going for, like a blown out back from lifting too much weight before, or just like feeling really burnout or jarred, or knees that hurt. When I was doing Kundalini yoga a lot, I would find myself wanting my knees to go to the floor. And like looking from this perspective, it's like, why did I want my knees to go to the floor? Why would I want my knees? I love you. Thank you. Aloha. Thank you. Alexia. Aw. Aw. Yeah, it's like, why would I want my knees to go to the floor? What does that have anything to do with anything? See? And the same thing in yoga. It's like, why do you want to touch your toes? Why do you really want to touch your toes? These are the kinds of things that leads to injury. It's like unawareness of why would I reach for that? Why do I want that? See, the whole point, of exercise, before we get all this mind stuff involved, is just to touch things gently. It's like a gentle, because it's awareness. It's awareness that heals, because it's lack of awareness that constricts and contracts and compresses and gets dense. And this is all symbolic of what's going on in the mind. Do you see that? The first time someone told me the body is nothing but a reflection of your thinking, my first thought was, that can't be true. That cannot be true. Like just like a total resistance to that. But it was kind of like a seed that was planted. So it kept on coming back to me again and again and again. And it still is flowering. You know what I mean? It's like it's unfolding. Like this life is awakening. It's awakening to that concept until it's just obvious and also apparent. Because the body isn't dense. There's no density to it. There's nothing to it. But we get this dense reflection, a dense reflection where there's this density, where there's all this tightness, and people don't know. I know because I didn't know, and this is not something people talk about either. But any place where you can press in and there's pain, that's a symbolic of compression. That's symbolic of fear in the mind. It's amazing. It's just amazing. You can like press anywhere. Like right now, my jaw is like speaking to me. I'll just like press right here and just relax. And it's not like a lot of pressure. It's just kind of like you're hanging out on it, and you're just like noticing what that's like. And there's some pain in there, but it kind of feels good. And you breathe with it, and you especially pay attention to the out breath. And you see how it's that compression. It is the manifestation of thinking, because you can't even release unless you'll relax from thinking. You'll see how it's like constantly gripping. And this is what I've talked about over the years, about how when you focus on a thought, I like to say, you pursue a thought that is leading to an upset feeling, you're compressing in the body's energy field. So the body's compression or contraction, you can call it, is a result of thinking against your own reality. That's what it is. It's a result of thinking against your own reality. So when you're willing to express as however you are being expressed, when you're willing to let yourself express however you are being expressed, and simply give yourself all the space to relax into whatever you're feeling. And that's how, the manifestation is. Like, I said, you guys don't have a choice in whether you watch wisdom dialogues, join wisdom dialogues, do black block therapy, anything like that. You guys don't have any choice in that. You automatically come to it and find yourself there. And the natural way of thinking that we have programmed ourselves to think is that you got yourself there, like in a physical kind of way. But it's not like that. You wanted it, and that's why you got it. That's how it is for everything, though. And a lot of the times you don't realize that you wanted it. But it is every single thing, 100% of the time, all the time, that you wanted it, and that's why you got it. So if it's any kind of anything, pushing it away doesn't help. Now, I heard a story, and this is one of the things that inspired me to do videos. And I posted my first video. It's for lifting the butt. I didn't even know it was going to be for lifting the butt. I had no idea. I just went into it, and I started with the belly position, like I always do, start with that position. And then after that, it was front of the pelvis, and that's like a lot of butt tissue up there in the front of the pelvis. So when you're working that, That's basically working the butt. And it's funny because, my conditioning is to still say working, but it's really not like working. It's like relaxing on a block. It's like, I mean, Anne, you've done block therapy with me. Anne came over and did an hour and a half one with me last week or the week before or something after Wisdom Dialogues. And we did one for the face. The face stuff is amazing. It is incredible how deep it gets. Like right now, I'm feeling this sense like all of this has been so worked. In fact, this right here, right now, is a little bit loose and lax on me, more than normal, just because like all of this is really loose right here, right now. And it's used to being really hard. So it's like in the process of going back to the way it is. It's normally is like its blueprint, but like this kind of stuff, it starts to release, and you find out that like this thing grows. Like the fascia just like grows on it, because the more we engage in thought, the more we make our body, like we're making our body with thought all the time. It's a fluid thing. We're just completely making it up. So when we get a serious thought and we take it seriously, and we're always, I'm not even going to say, and we get tense. When we take a thought seriously, we always get tense. There's always tension. Every single thought that's taken as true is tension. And that tension is building up from the time you're a little tiny kid. Okay, it's like building up. This is an illusion. There's nothing here. Remember, it's fluid. That means it can also change in an instant, and that the qualities we put on it can also be reversed. The kind of qualities we gave it, and the kind of symbology and all of that, what we gave it as it being this thing that we die in, like, or it dies while we're in it. I know it really seems like we're in this thing, right? We're not in it though. Lori says, in the dream, the tension is so prevalent right now. Lori, get on a fucking block. That's what I gotta say. Because here's the thing. This is a visceral experience if you let it be. Like if you take Wisdom Dialogues and you apply it like this, with this thing. And you don't even have to take Wisdom Dialogues and apply it, because there's this thing about putting pressure on something over time where your mind is just going to tune into that sensation. It's going to be drawn right into that sensation. If you're putting pressure on something over time, that's just how it's going to go. So people go to this sometimes just because, man, they're going, I just feel so much pain. They're not even trying to lift their butt. They don't care about their butt. They're not wired like me where they're vain about their butt, which I love about myself, by the way. It's not a problem. We're just all wired differently. Okay. Some people go to it because they're in a lot of pain. And this is, someone's said, hey, this is the way you can get out of pain. Of course, that's obvious too. I don't normally sense that myself as being in a lot of pain, but apparently I am in a lot of pain, because once I start pushing on myself, I find a bunch of it, and it's glorious. Okay, it's glorious. So people go to this for pain stuff, and they find so much more. For one thing, they find like their psyche is calmer, your nervous system is calmed down. Okay, so just this sense of a calmness, and you don't have to be in shape to do it. That's the other thing. You're laying on a block. You don't have to be in shape. And the funny thing is, people are like getting in shape and going, what the fuck? How did I get in shape? I didn't even change my eating or anything. I was like relaxing and getting some pain relief, and then there it was. Okay, so yeah, so it's nothing is physical. Nothing is physical. It's not physical. You could look at the block as like a tool that helps you to tune in to where the pain is. It feels to me like it's kind of like a shortcut to everything I've been talking to you guys about. Everything I've been talking to you guys about, feeling the sensations. Here we are seeking out the sensations without even having to use a triggered fucking conflict with a person or some kind triggered fucking perception, or you may be having a triggered perception already and be confused about how to deal with it. You go in and you like relax your nervous system. There's a different perspective. There's just a different perspective on it. So, you know, little encouragement on that as far as the block or something of that same capacity. You know, it reminds me of Vipassana. I told you guys about Vipassana, how I would sit through the pain in my knees and joints and back and everything. I would just sit through that because I heard that's what the Buddha did. He just sat, even though everything was in a shit ton of pain. The only thing is, Vipassana, there was a shit ton of pain. Not so relaxing like block therapy. And you're doing basically the same kind of thing, because in Vipassana, they would have you focus on the sensations, the same kind of thing. You're focusing on the sensations, only this is much more luxurious. This is way more luxurious. So just food for thought, not that you have a choice on anything. Okay, Lori, let's get you in here. I want to get you in here. You got a fun one today. You ready? Get your hand up if you're ready. I love you, Carla. I love you too, Cynthia. Yay. Her hand is up. All right, she's here. I never did work out how to get the video for the peeps, but we're good. I can hear you, I think.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Lori.
Got it.
Yes. Love you, Natalie. Thank you for joining.
Natalie.
Yay. So, Lori.
Yes.
What's up with you?
Where do I begin? I don't even know where to begin.
Well, we had a fun conversation today.
Yes,
we had a really fun conversation today, Lori. Lori reached out to me and she was asking me about what does it mean to gently approach the pain? Isn't that what we were just talking about, Lori?
Yes.
Isn't that great?
Apparently block therapy is the gentle way, not the Vipassana.
Yes, that's right. So it's really the same kind of energy. I'm always talking about the same thing. I'm just like pointing to it in different ways, different fun ways, you know. You're taking a sensation, basically you're getting a perception of a person that seems to not like you. Maybe they seem to despise you. I mean, last week I thought I was looking at my husband and it seemed like he had a look of disgust toward me, you know. So I know what the sense is. I definitely know what the sense is that you're going through. The thing is, you did that because you know what, number one, that you wouldn't see it any other way. This is what you need to see it.
Because they're not that way, really.
Well, because it's you who hold the belief that you are, take disgusted, for instance, that you are disgusting. But you can't see it because you got it covered up. So another person gives it to you. So for instance, like in my experience, I'm going, well, to me, it looks like you're disgusted with me. I know this is coming from my mind. So the forgiveness is there right now. And then he goes, what do you want to do? And I said, I want a hug.
Aww.
See, because I'm not making it about him. It's just that, you know, I'm noticing my palms are sweaty now and my hands are shaky and I'm feeling like there's pressure on me. And he looks like he's disgusted with me. So I'm having a whole freaking delusional trip right now. It's like an acid trip, right? It doesn't even really involve him. It's my own lonely journey. Okay, it's my own lonely journey that I'm on. So I'm acknowledging that I'm on this lonely journey. That's all.
Mm.
And everything other than that, I'm really like holding in this gentle space of this is okay. You see what I mean?
Yeah. In the moment when the trigger's there,
Yeah.
it's remembering that. My girlfriend and I came up with today, or actually she came up with it and I nailed her on it. I like what life is doing with a smile, even
Beautiful.
though, huh?
Beautiful.
Even though you're in the moment being triggered.
Yeah.
I like what life is doing and put a fake smile on.
Yeah. Faking a smile is a fun idea
Yeah.
because, and that's one thing. Because when your lips turn up, your brain is like this reptilian thing, right? It just automatically thinks you're happy, but you
Right.
don't really have a brain. It's projected thing. But that's how you're projecting it. It's projected to automatically think you're happy when your lips turn up.
Well, my granddaughter asked me today, we were doing Snapchat filters back and forth and laughing. And she goes, okay, so frown. I couldn't frown. It takes to make my face frown is not easy.
That's awesome.
It's very hard. Have you ever tried to frown? I want to see you frown.
Oh yeah, I do it because I move my face all around. I do that. I like to keep fluidity everywhere.
Show me.
Okay.
You have to talk because it's on my black thing because I talk less.
Oh shit. How do I frown and talk at the same time?
No. Okay. You don't have to frown and talk. You just need to be the last one to talk, then frown. Okay.
Okay. I'm the last one to talk. Lori's being quiet. Now I'm frowning. How was that? Did you love it?
I did.
Good. I'm so glad. Do you want a worried face? I can give you a worried face.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah. Oh,
How was that? I can't see myself. I pinned the video so I can see.
now I think that one's easier to do than an actual frown. Where you put both sides of your mouth down.
Look at that.
Wow.
I do exercises on my face though. Who looks like Amber Heard in the trial? Me? Jesus. Next thing you know, I turn dudes crazy wherever I go. Looking awesome. Oh, that's her frown face. It is. Oh my God, that's awesome. Alexia, you liked it? Oh yeah, Lori, your butt is flat. And I know why your butt is flat. It's sticking to your hamstrings. Yeah, you got to uplift it. That's all. It's fun.
It's
all right. I got diverted by that comment. That happens sometimes on Wisdom Dialogues. You just got to accept it. I'm not that grounded on Wisdom Dialogues.
Apparently Jerry would like this talk.
Oh, I'm guessing Jerry would love the video. That's freaking hilarious.
Video, yeah.
We're always putting shit on Jerry. We're just making him up. My God. We're freaking pervs. Blaming it on Jerry. Right?
Right.
So it's in the moment where you're sensing that this guy is outside of me doing this thing. Or is there something wrong with me? The is there something wrong with me is so prevalent in everything, you guys.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. When when you're perceiving someone's reaction to you, so that is someone's reaction to me, where I perceive my husband, and he seems to be disgusted with me, or somehow reacting to me in some way. um you know, it's like he's not outside of me, so I remind myself he's not outside of me, and then I have to take responsibility for this projection. I have to be taking responsibility. No matter what's coming out of my mouth, even what's coming out of my mouth doesn't sound like it's taking responsibility. Behind that, I'm still taking responsibility because I can't help it, because I know too much. I'm just holding the space for that knowledge to come through. That's all. I'm not attached to how it goes either. It can go any way it goes, because I'm not using the perception to tell me who I am. I already know my status.
Which is,
The truth, for one, unchanging, eternal. So whatever arises in this illusion that's a dream that's going to pass and be like a distant memory is not relevant. It's not relevant to me. That's why I can just rest. Now, and when I say that, I know it is relevant to me, to a part of me. That's why I'm upholding the world still. Okay. And that's by choice. It's all by choice. I make it relevant to me. Maybe I make it relevant to me just so I could stick around and love my peeps and show my peeps the way. You could say that. But I have to show my peeps the way, because their mind is my mind. That's how it is for everyone. At some point, you got to show your peeps the way. And you do that by demonstration, not by wisdom dialogues or something like what I'm doing. Not necessarily. It could be, that doesn't need to be the form of it. The form of it isn't the form of it. You always teach by demonstration. So, I was stressed today. I got the perception I was stressed anyways. I don't really think that I can get stressed. I get the perception that I'm stressed. And I know when I get the perception of that I'm stressed, I'm identified as something. I'm taking something as false. I know that's the case, which is very helpful. It's also not tolerable to me. I can't do it for a period of time. For most people, they actually live this way throughout the day in the stressed state that I experienced earlier today. I experienced a stressed state for maybe an hour or two. Most people experience this stress state all day, every day, and even into sleep and all throughout. It's just not tolerable to me. So that's why it can't maintain itself. And what I noticed is, I told my husband, I'm feeling stressed, and then we started talking about it, or I started talking about it. And as I'm talking, I'm knowing it's what's coming out of my mouth is chaos. Because it's what's justifying the feeling. It's all the things that are wrong. It's all the things that are justifying an upset feeling. That's a passing feeling. It's not really how I feel. It's not how I really feel. And I know that because it just occurs for a small period of time. I know that now. But when I first started, I didn't realize that all day long I wasn't feeling how I really feel. Like all day long. So you may not realize right now, and I think, Lori, you're in the position right now by the things that you explained to me, where you may not realize that what you consider your reality is really a stress state being projected. And then it's being considered your reality over and over again. So it's maintaining this stress state.
yes, and it's very much felt.
Yeah. So that stress state is you're totally deluding yourself with your thoughts. And that all comes down to this moment where you're actually projecting the delusion about yourself. and then projecting a belief about it over it. You're believing right over it, like you're believing more, you're believing it harder because you think you see it. So all that stress isn't happening to you. You're not in a stress state. The thinking that you've been pursuing produces a stress state for this image of yourself that you made.
Mm.
So to be a good parent in that situation, to this image that you made, all it takes is you're acknowledging the stress, but you're not that stress. You're acknowledging the stress, but you're not that stress. So that way there can be compassion, because you're the one who chooses if there's going to be compassion for the self you made. You're like the parent to that.
Mm.
You have the book Unschooling for Parents.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so that book applies to the image you made that you call Lori. Take those things and apply it to the image that you made. You already made that image kind of like in a guilty way, projecting guilt onto it. So to protect it from further ego projections, treat it like a child, where you only need to demonstrate its innocence, and you have that power because you are the all-powerful mind in this. Just knowing that you have the power is so powerful. Just knowing that you have the power is unwinding it. It's helping you to unwinding it. It's opening you to unwinding it, because there's this sense of powerlessness that comes over you, but that's just a sense. It's a sense that you're getting.
Yes, I feel power. I notice the loop, the thoughts that create that feeling of powerlessness.
Yeah, and you're really attracted to those, and it's a habit.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I say get on the block, or just if you don't end up getting a block to get on the block, watch my self-care stuff. I'm going to be showing you different things that you can do with your hands to help unlock it, because you're projecting this body that's an image of the mind, and it's in pain, and you don't even know.
Yes, I know. I do
It-
know.
Yeah. So the structure of, okay, you do know the structure of thought that you made is in pain, right? Because of, and no pain is real, but that structure of thought isn't real too. And it's like, it kind of like it exposes it, because it pushes on the pain, which is like, it's a symbol of that defensiveness in the mind, not wanting you to know the truth.
Yeah.
It's just like that one about going through fear, and you press gently, like anywhere, I mean, really, and it's not like a painful torture thing by any means at all, but you can see that it's fluid, and you are making it solid by your thinking. And that's the same as you're making all the situations and the people and everything like that. So it's really a good symbol. And that's a good use of the body, to use it as a symbol like that. That's really the purpose of it. It's like as a symbol and a means of communicating. So when you look at it as a symbol and a means of communicating, then it doesn't have that same meaning for you, where you as a mind are trying to use the body to get something in the world. When you do that, you attack the body. And then we all do that. We all attack the body. So we want to see that and kind of like reverse that habit.
It's using this body for approval, I think.
Yeah. That's one thing you can get in the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you use the body like that, you attack it.
Ouch.
Yeah. So don't use the body like that. Or you know what? Not even don't use it. it's not really like that either, because it's like you don't have a choice in it in whether you use the body or not, but you watch it, because the choice really is choiceless. It keeps on going back to that. The choice really, it's like you realize that you have a choice. Okay, I'm choosing this. I am choosing this. Okay, you realize that you have a choice. And then you step back again and notice that, holy shit, I'm choosing this. And it seems like I don't have a choice in whether, I mean, ultimately you do, because you're all powerful mind. But it's like, holy shit, it seems like I don't have a choice in it. The reason it seems like you don't have a choice in it is because it seems like there's a part of you that wants to choose the truth, but then there's also a part of you that's not ready for that. It's going absolutely no, no, no.
Right.
Okay. So it's that part of you that's scared. That's a scared, and it's
Fear.
not even really you. It's, you say it's a part of you. It's kind of like it's your extension, because it's your child, but it's in an extension made in delusion. So it's really a projection, right? So it's not real, but it's coming from you.
Wow.
And
That's,
it needs, and all it needs is really, it needs your approval. What you made needs your approval
it
to
needs your
be as it
love.
is.
It needs my love
Yes. And approval is
and,
really the same thing.
and acceptance.
Yes. So what you're looking for in another person to give you, whatever you're looking for in another person, that's a symbol of this image that you made is in needs that from you.
Mm.
That's all. And what's happening is you're withholding it from that image to try to get it from outside, because you're confused. It's like you're discombobulated. You don't realize that you're the one withholding it in the first place from the self image. And that's why you think you need it from someone else.
So I'm holding it from the self-image because I don't want to accept it.
Yeah, it's confusion. It's thinking you can get it outside of yourself, because you're having this perception of a world where there's people who disapprove of you, but they're
Mhm.
only reflecting your own disapproval of yourself.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like, wow, thank you for showing me that,
Yeah.
right? Whenever someone's showing you anything, it's like, wow, thank you for showing me that.
Wow. Okay,
And
that's
when I get my perception, I just heard this ding ding. I think that was your computer, because I got mine on do not
I
disturb.
think so, but I don't know what it is.
But yeah, but it just reminded me of when I've been getting lately, when I've been getting my perception like right on, like right in alignment with what the Holy Spirit wants it to be. It kind of goes bing, and a little heart, like a white heart, like they have on Telegram that spins a little bit, flashes in my mind. It's like bing, like
Oh,
you got it. You got the perception. That's the perception. And it gets really psychedelic too when that happens.
that's cool.
Yeah. So it's like if you have a perception that doesn't feel good, you don't have that vibe yet. And if you keep on staying open to it, you'll get that vibe. But the thing is, you shut off and you go into self doubt mode, and you go into self attack mode.
Yeah.
And you can get out of that any moment. You never have to stay in it. You just notice that you're in self attack mode. You're noticing this is self attack. Once you see it, you're out of it. That's why I say it's ultimately choiceless. The choice is in the willingness to look in the direction, to lean in the direction, not lean to your own understanding.
Wow. I think well, obviously it had to take that whole scamming thing for me to be open to seeing this.
Yeah, so you needed it. You see that? You totally needed it. And and you get to the point where in the moment you say thank you in the moment.
Mm.
Right when you find out you got scammed. Holy shit. Ah, thank you. Oh, I needed that. I know I needed that.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah. That's how it was when I fell on the cliff.
The cliff.
I call it a cliff because
I
it's
know.
just more dramatic. I like to be dramatic. It's fun.
I know
I did fucking fall off a cliff. It's a 5-foot cliff
I guess
in a
maybe.
dream. That's why it's like, it's funny. It's not like I fell off a 20-foot cliff, but falling 5 feet into jagged lava,
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible.
right. So the laying on the couch part reminded me of when we give ourselves permission to lay on the couch when we're sick,
Good one.
right?
Yes, that's right.
Because my mind was judging you as a friggin' pussy.
Like what right now?
No, when you the ankle thing, dragging it out, I was crawling to the bathroom
That is awesome.
instead of just jumping or whatever.
Instead of hopping. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I know the whole thing is a total illusion. The whole thing is the whole thing is a total illusion. And that foot got stabbed by jagged lava. it got stabbed. So and then the bottom of the toe was a flap. But it's like when it's like, oh, I got a twisted ankle or something like that, it's like a different story. You could probably get to the bathroom and stuff. But like when it's like this thing, you should have seen it. I didn't have any pictures, but it was like this thing was blown up, like, and all bloody, like all over it, like all over, like the toes and everything.
Huh.
There was no getting to the bathroom. I mean, and still it's like miracles are also possible in the sense of all this kind of stuff. So it's like, but little by little, as there's release from fear, you're able to see miracles. So I see as much of miracles as I can accept without fear. And in my case, it was immediately after that occurred, because it's like, from the apparent impact of falling 5 feet, there's this sense that the tailbone is completely like jacked, and a sense like you can't even lay down. And then all of a sudden, there's this willingness to see that pain is not possible,
Right.
and there was this trembling, and all of a sudden I was comfortable in my tailbone. I was just like comfortable, like there was a sense of comfort that came over the whole thing, so I could just like go through the experience. And it was just like a moment of holy shit, I don't know if I could lay here comfortably. And then it was like wait a minute, this has to happen, I have to lay here comfortably.
Illusion. It's pain is either projected or remembered.
Yes, that's right. So it was like when I joined with my brother in saying,
Anticipated or remembered.
yeah, well, yeah, it's projected. It's projected, and remembered is projected. The same thing. It's the same thing because the memory is projected too. So it's just projected. So all pain is projected. So me and my brother were like, let's just get together. Well, I suggested it. Let's get together and go and feel into that no pain is real, that it's all just fear and it's all being projected right now. And so I got the sense of, oh, cool, I could lay here and, I could have conversation and laugh and hang out and stuff like that. I didn't have the faith for just making the whole foot just boom, not be in pain to where I didn't need help to the bathroom or something. I mean, even just the thought of moving my foot toward the floor was incredible. It was like, whoa, okay, I'm just staying right here. And it's like we give ourselves this so we can have that reflection and state and everything like that. So it's like just in blessing it up and not trying to make it anything. And it's always good when we get a reaction to it. Like you're going, oh, Hope's just a fucking pussy. Why doesn't she just stop doing that and get up and stuff like that? And, you know, and the other thing is, I really felt like this is right for me to just lay around. It
Yeah.
just felt like this is right for me right now to just
Right.
lay around. And that's something that I hadn't been doing in the past maybe 8 weeks while I was working on my website. So it was kind of like a big,
Yeah.
you still lay down, get down, you know. I told one of my sons, I go, you know what the first thing I'm going to do when my ankle gets better? And he goes, what? And I go, I'm going to lay around some more.
Ah. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So in knowing that we project everything for ourselves, like when you get the sense like there's something wrong with me and the ankle, that is one of those times
Right.
that you're projecting because I'm not here.
Right.
Right. I'm having my own journey and it's perfect for me.
Right.
And that's the thing with everyone. Like everyone's having their own journey and it's perfect for them. If you're not willing to see that, it's a sign that you're not willing to see that about yourself.
Ooh.
That's all.
Mm.
And that's what brings you suffering. See?
Yes. Painful. Very painful when
So everyone does things and it doesn't matter. Like the most, you could say the most looked up person in your life, if you spend a bunch of time with around them, they're not capable of doing anything, but in your perception, they're going to appear to do things that irritate you and annoy you. And that's because you are that way with yourself. So they can't help but do that in your perception.
Right.
Because you do it to yourself. See?
This is my mother. Oh.
Isn't that great?
Being on the phone with her is torture.
Yeah, that's, you know why it's torture? Because you see yourself in her.
Right.
That's it. Otherwise, it would not be torture.
Right.
It would be so sweet. When she makes a judgment about you, like you can feel it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it hurts. Okay, it only hurts because you have that judgment about yourself.
Ready. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, for me, I had no judgment about myself laying around with the ankle. I was inviting that. Someone told me it takes 3 months to totally heal. I said, 3 months? That sounds glorious. Right? Wow. I love that. I love that. I'll take that. And you know, in that, it's like, I can be so gentle with myself. I am paying attention. Like I'm not trying to push myself. Yesterday, I was with my friends. I was with Anne and a group of friends. And I went in there and I had already driven to the location. And I noticed a little bit of tightness in my ankle. And I said, is there a place for me to put my foot up? Because I noticed a little tightness. Yes. They get me a chair. They set me up beautifully. Other friend comes in. He looks concerned. Oh my God, Hope, does your ankle hurt? And I go, no, it doesn't hurt. It's just that when I sit regular or I stand up, I notice it filling up. And so I like to put it up. See, I don't have to put on a show for people. So I could just enjoy and be relaxed in the situation. I could pay attention to what the sensation is and respond accordingly.
Mm.
See, I don't even have to have any kind of discomfort. I don't even have to tolerate my foot filling up with, I don't have to tolerate my foot filling up with fluid or whatever that sensation is where it's getting full and uncomfortable. Swollen ankle. I don't have to put up with a swollen ankle. I can just put my foot up.
Mm.
It's just, and I don't have a choice in that. I just allow it for myself. I allow comfort.
Mm.
And then when I'm seeking the pain, that's a different story. I'm seeking the pain. I'm not seeking the swollen ankle discomfort. So I can speak my truth. That's what they talk about, speaking your truth. But I don't have to force a truth speaking. It just automatically comes out because I deserve that. See?
Wow. I deserve that.
Yeah, I deserve to have my foot up rather than have my ankle fill up. So I could what? Look like I'm tough?
Yes.
Look like I came through the ankle thing faster?
Or 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 for their approval.
For their approval. That's exactly it.
Wow.
And you know, Lori, the thing is, I do not want your approval in that way. I do not want that from you.
Right.
You know, I'm not looking for that from you in that way. You know, and really, however you do is perfect for me. Like if you go, you know what, Hope, I don't care what you say. In fact, I think you're defending yourself right now, and I don't approve of you. Thank you for letting me know.
Because you would be projecting me that way,
Exactly.
but it wouldn't
Exactly
matter.
right.
It wouldn't matter
Well,
because you
it
already.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, but it's an awareness for me. How am I reacting to that thought?
Right. Right.
How am I reacting to that thought right now? That's the awareness for me.
Mm.
How am I reacting to the way that you're reacting to me? That's the awareness for me. That's all. None of it's true. I don't mind what you think because you don't think of me in any way but perfectly loving.
Mm.
So I don't mind what perception I get of you. You know of my perfection, and I know of yours. And we're not capable of thinking of each other in any way other than that.
Oh,
We're just
that's
having a dream that we are.
right. That's the whole dream is
Yes,
just that.
that's right.
Wow.
That's right. That's the whole dream. You got
Wow.
it. See how it is? See how you don't have to allow anything to disturb you.
Right.
And look at it like this. I can't believe the rain is so loud. It's even loud in here now. Oh my God. So wild. Yeah,
Eh,
and you know, it's like it's so neat and so cool that even when you go into projecting, like I got stressed today, that's projecting. I don't really get stressed. I can't get stressed. I'm not capable of it. To get stressed, I would have to be able to cast a judgment. I'm not capable of that. I made a structure of thought that seems to be capable of casting judgments, and then I believe in the judgments that it seems to be capable of casting. And I make myself stressed, and I make myself stressed. But that never even touches me because I make myself as the self that I made stressed. I don't make myself stressed.
Right.
Right?
Right.
It's not myself. It's the self that I made. It's still the child that's stressed.
Right.
So that's why I could be relieved of it in an instant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Natalie said Cliff is the name of the dude who was my dream man who dumped me.
I love that, Natalie. Oh, Cliff.
Cliff.
Isn't that perfect, Natalie? You see how it all ties together? I keep calling it a cliff. Me and you, we both fell off the cliff.
Yeah.
fell off a cliff. I got stabbed in the foot. You got metaphorically stabbed in the heart.
The humor's not lost on her.
And the one Anne Marie came on and made a comment. Anne Marie, is Anne Marie or Anne Claff? I don't know if the middle name's Marie, but she came on there and said something about the leaf blower one. I don't know if you guys heard it, but I was saying to the leaf blower man, because leaf blowers can be annoying, right? So I'm saying to the leaf blower man, give me your gifts, holy son of God. Yes, I don't even care what you look like. And Natalie at that, or not Natalie, it was Anne at that time, said she woke up from sleeping and immediately heard the leaf blower and heard me saying that. And she just cracked up so hard. There was an actual leaf blower outside when I was saying, give it to me. I don't even care what you look like. So she took that cue and really had an experience with the leaf blower projection.
Awesome.
Right? Yeah. All right, Natalie's got her hand up now. Lori, I love you. Thank you so much for coming on. Do you feel complete?
I do. Thank you very much.
Yay, I love you.
I
Thank
love you too. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Okay, ahuyo.
Mhm.
Natalie, my love. And you just bought a leaf
Hi.
blower. I love it.
I know, right? Okay, yeah, we have some good themes here. I'd like to share what's been going on with me the past week or two, because I think people will appreciate it. And it ties in with these themes of like approval and reactions and putting people out there, for my own healing. Um, so um, yeah, since I came across your teachings about 6 months ago, there's been two main things where I'm like, okay, this is my pattern that I generally get triggers around. So now I think I'm gonna dive back into these things for the purpose of getting these triggers to awaken my mind. So the first one was working out at a gym. So I've been having interesting experiences with working out and just noticing all my reactions to everything that goes on around me at the gym. And the second thing is doing online dating. And so I, even up to maybe a week or two ago, I was still thinking, oh, I'm doing this online dating because I really do want to find a partner. But now I'm seeing it's such a crazy game. So I'm realizing that I was drawn to go back on the online dating to awaken my mind. I mean, there's just no other way to look at it because of the craziness that's going on. So let me paint the picture of what's happening. It's so funny. So what I do is I just have my profile on there, some basic pictures, nothing too revealing or anything, and just some nice stuff about myself. And the responses that I get, it is all over the board. I mean, it's so awe-inspiring. So I have to just look at it as, oh my gosh, I'm creating each of these men to give me a different reaction. Each one of these reactions has got to be for awakening my mind. It can't be any other way because it's just too crazy. So it's the full gamut. It's and I'm not even doing anything. It's I just have a profile, and the responses I get are everything from and these are granted people I literally have not even talked to. And people are coming at me with this energy of everything from, oh my God, you're the most amazing thing. I can't stop thinking about you. I'll marry you tomorrow. Here's love, but guys sending me these love poems, to the other extreme of oh, who do you think you are, bitch? You ain't all that.
Yep, sounds like your chaotic mind, right?
I'm so I guess one, I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like I know what you're already going to say, but so basically I'm creating each of these responses for the purpose solely of just like seeing what my reaction, like I don't even need to even respond to any of these people.
No. Well,
Really?
you don't have a choice in it. So that
Yeah.
takes a lot of it out. You don't have a choice on whether you go on the dating app, and you don't have a choice on whether you do the other thing you're doing. Does not matter. Going to the
Okay.
gym. None of this stuff. So get, you know, get a load of that thought that tells you that why you're doing the things that you're doing, because it's as if you're designing your own curriculum.
Right, right.
And you're not responsible for that. So when that kind of load is off of you, you do not need a fucking reason for doing things.
Okay. So I mean, it kind of makes me feel some relief to just be like, well, at least I'm doing this to awaken my mind.
Well, everything is for awakening your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything, so you don't choose what it is.
Okay. So
You
try
have
not
another, you have
so
another
try
choice.
not to go like too far deep into like, oh, the dude that's sending me the love poems, that's because that's really what I want to offer myself. And so like kind of analyze
Yeah,
it like that.
it's not like that. It's not like, it's not in the manifestation. That's where you're getting caught up in the manifestation part of it.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, it's not a prompt for you to do something.
Okay.
Remember, you don't even do anything.
Yeah.
Be curious about whether you respond. See, you don't have a choice in it, but when you think you do have a choice in it, you make it like you have a choice in it by making a burden on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know I've been like really trying to pay more attention to uh like my body sensations, and yeah, stuff does feel really tight and constricted and
Yep.
definitely a burden. I'm like, well, I could be having fun with this whole thing. And sometimes I am. I don't know. It's both. It feels like both a fun and a burden. So I don't know.
What, the dating or the gym or both?
Yeah. Yeah, the dating thing where it's like, okay, check the phone, see what messages I got. Sometimes it feels fun, sometimes it feels like a burden. So
Well, it seems like you're doing it when it feels like a burden. So you need that to be corrected.
okay.
You need that to be corrected because it seems like you're doing it, and the way you talk, you talk to yourself like you're doing it. All day long you're acting like you're doing it. So just be aware that you're acting like you're doing it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's big. That's actually that, you know, to say that is one thing, to do that is another thing, just to be aware that you're acting like you're doing it. You're demonstrating to yourself over and over again that you are in fact doing this shit
Oh,
by
okay.
the way you talk to yourself and pursue those thought patterns. So
Demonstrating to myself. Okay. I know I always think of demonstrating whenever I think of that term, which I love, it's so juicy. I always think of it as like, oh, when I'm demonstrating to others. So that's that's a
no,
good.
there isn't any others.
Right.
Even their reactions to you are part of your demonstration. If there are
Yes.
others
Yes.
involved, if there are
Yeah.
others involved, the sense of others involved, because there aren't really others, but if there's a sense of others involved, their reaction to you is part of your demonstration.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So by the way, you choose, between pursuing a thought that makes you less, and basically a doer is less. Okay. You pursue a thought that makes you into a doer. Okay. You're hurting yourself. So you make a choice to acknowledge
Mm.
that, making a choice to see it. So that's what that willingness is. The willingness is the choice, right?
Okay.
You're making a choice to see, and you're just like, you're making a choice to lean. You're making a choice to give the nod to God.
Oh, that is
Instead of
so
making a
cute.
choice
I
for
love that. The
materials.
nod to God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Instead of making that choice for material stuff. And the choice for material stuff is the choice to think that you are responsible for your actions. It's very materialistic.
mm.
Okay. Because that makes you feel guilty, and it takes all the fun out of things. Makes you feel trapped. I have to do this now. God, I can't even tolerate that kind of vibration coming out of myself. And you know why I can't tolerate it? Because I would look at it over and over and over again until I couldn't fucking tolerate it anymore. You won't tolerate it either after a while.
Yeah.
You're just really getting started.
Yeah,
you may have a lot of experience, but you're just really getting started.
I know. I can feel the sense of like, okay, yeah, I'm like not willing to tolerate this more and more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You're just falling into the patterns, because they're the patterns over and over again. And then you keep on coming back to, okay, I'm choosing this. I'm propping this up. Since I'm choosing it, I might as well own it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, I'm choosing this as a whole experience. I'm not choosing little things in the experience. I'm not choosing, like, for instance, what I do in the experience separate from everything else. I'm choosing the whole entire experience.
Yeah.
Which has very little to do with the material projection. Very little. There's so much more layers beyond that of sensation. See, the material projection is totally a mental thing. It's all mental, but the layers are more visceral layers into the experience. That's where you get more to like that love making kind of quality with life. For me, I'm either in love making or I'm in hell. There's not an in between. There is not. It's love making or hell. Holy shit. It's like, this is rapture, or fuck, I hate my life. I want to die. And you know what? I'm really happy for that, because the contrast shows me that I need a correction so quickly.
Right.
Great. I want it like that. I don't want some mild shit that I can barely see.
Right. Yes.
That
Oh my gosh.
intensity of the contrast. I cannot tolerate stress. I just can't do that. My daughter, Kaya, she's on here still. Yeah. Kaya has told me before, like, I've said something that's like, out of alignment with how she knows I like to be. And she just goes, Mom, you can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. The way my husband is with it, he's just like, are you sure that it's really that? He talks to me really nicely. It's really sweet. Can you be so
Nice.
sure? Can you be so sure that it's really that? Or would you just be upset anyways? And of course, I'm like, I'd just be upset anyways. What can you do?
Yeah.
You just can't make any of that stuff real, especially after you taught your freaking projections. Isn't that great?
That's so great.
And people think, I'll use this. I'll hold it against you when you're upset. And I'm like, great, please do. I'll use what you're saying right now about how nothing is real and all that other stuff. And I'm going to hold you to it when you get upset. Great. Thank you. Doesn't matter how someone says it to me, really. But I just noticed my husband is so sweet about it. He's such a love. but I did teach him to do it like that. By example.
Well, okay. So, so does that mean he's a demonstration of like you like wanting to be more gentle with yourself? Like, is that kind of a way to look at it?
It's a reflection of how I am with myself.
Okay.
Okay. If he's not seeming gentle with me, it's a reflection of I'm not gentle with myself, which is also good, which I'm also happy about. See what I mean? Or did you get?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's funny too with the oh gosh. Yeah, with the whole like working out at a gym too thing. It's like, oh my gosh, like so much just like the viciousness, that is in my mind. There's like, chicks walking around the new style of leggings. Apparently, I don't know. I didn't get the memo, but I don't want the memo. There's this new style of legging where you don't wear underwear, and the workout leggings, they're designed to go up your butt crack. Okay.
Oh, that's a new style. I haven't been to the
Yeah,
gym in a little while. Maybe I got to go check that out.
I know. I haven't been in years too. And I was like, wow, what is going on here? So it's just hilarious. So I'm sitting there.
Hold your judgment before you see my workout video.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to hold my judgment, right? So I'm like, this is perfect, so I'm like really letting the judgments. So like the judgment I had today, I was just like, I'm like, dude, my workout pants smell nasty enough just from sweat when I go, when I wash them. How is that going to smell with like your ass all over it too? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's judgment.
Yeah. And so then I was like stepping back and I'm like, wow, like it's just amazing. It's like I can't even relax and like have my workout. I'm like, but this is good. I'm noticing the reactions and trying to have fun with it. But it's just so interesting, like the level of viciousness to where it's like, oh, I want to go up to one of those chicks and just be like I do. I want to like attack her, and make her feel bad for wearing these leggings, right? And so I'm like, wow, there's just so much to be.
That's exactly how you attack yourself. And so you're not really capable of casting judgment. It's just a habit to think that you can. And so you're perceiving this viciousness. This is the viciousness toward yourself.
Yeah, which I do. I mean, oh my God, like this is what I want to, I'm going to turn 49 next week, and I want to use the last decades of my life to like start seeing through all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like bring it.
Yes.
Enough already.
Yes, you're doing it. That's it. That's doing it. Because if you were going into that gym unaware, you would have come out of there so exhausted and feeling like, this is not for me. But instead you're coming out of it with a sense of, oh my gosh, my mind is vicious. And that is amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. When you don't know that it's your mind. Look how confusing that is.
Yeah.
You just, the world seems to suck. The older you get, it just seems to suck more and more. Right? If you don't see it how it is, it's just going to keep on sucking.
Right. I know. Yeah. I know. I'm like starting to see it's like the writing on the wall. Yeah. It's like, oh shit. If we keep on with this trajectory, man. It's gonna get worse and worse. So
yeah, it's no wonder people are committing suicide, right?
Right, right.
You think you're looking outside of yourself, you think you're seeing someone else, and you think they're doing something crazy, and you're attacking yourself. Freaking wild.
Yeah, it's totally wild.
It's the same thing with the mask people. You know, I was cruising around with my husband and he goes, something like, oh, I saw a guy in a mask. He's just standing there in a mask, and he's like standing on the side of the store with a mask on. And I go, oh my gosh, this dude's wearing a mask, and he's all by himself. So cute. Right. And my husband goes, it's so delusional. And I go, yeah, but how delusional do we have to be to be projecting a delusional person standing over there, you know? And I say we
Oh, yeah.
because if it comes out of his mouth, it's just the exact same thing as it came out of my mouth to me,
Mm. Oh,
right?
got ya. Yeah.
So and he's not doing it on his own. We're projecting it. Right? And again, there's only one of us. So we say we lightly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, really, when it comes down to it, I'm projecting delusion. Comes all the way down to it. I'm projecting delusion. I'm projecting my husband, projecting delusion.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's like, how delusional do you have to be to make a dream like that? But it's funny because it's like it's not even painful. It's just like laughable. You know, you're just like cruising along and you're like, oh, that's funny. And you know, you more and more you can't take shit seriously. And you can't tolerate stress. That doesn't mean you can't do shit. I mean, I'll get the sense that I can't do shit when I can't tolerate stress. Like I just got to run away. But I know that's not the case because the stress will just follow me. So just in acknowledging there's no running away from it because I'm projecting it right now. That's what helps see through it. That's what helps heal the patterns that project the stress.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I like it too. So you guys, I got my own link. I'm putting it right here on this thing. It's for blocking, and it says block it. So if you want to get some blocks, you can go to that link. I didn't put it on Facebook. I can put it on there though, because I know people are watching this on Facebook.
So you made an exercise video. So where's that at?
Oh, it's right on the same channel as Wisdom Dialogues. I just made
Okay.
I just made a new little what do they call those? It's like, it's not called a segment, but it's something else. I have one that's like or maybe it's categories. I have one that's full. It's on YouTube, yeah. And I have one that's full Wisdom Dialogues episodes, which is where this one goes.
Okay.
They all go to the same channel. So I think if you're getting notifications, you'll get notifications of those too, unless you have to sign up for the particular stream or whatever it's called.
Okay. And was there something a couple weeks ago you had mentioned you did something that was slightly different where you said it was about not exerting so much effort? You said it was like maybe a blog?
It's block therapy.
Okay.
That's what I just put the link to right there. And that is what I'm talking about. It's not really calling it exercise, isn't even like gonna be in alignment with anything that you know exercise to be, I don't think. It's a relaxation. And what would you say? Like how would you classify it? Like relaxation. Yeah, like Anne's just kind of like that. She did it for an hour and a half with me after Wisdom Dialogues last week.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on YouTube, not Telegram. I don't know if you're following me on Telegram, but yeah.
YouTube. Okay, I'll check
Yeah,
that out.
so check it out. I mean, I think if you watch the video, you kind of get a feeling for what I'm doing. And then if you like it, you can get the blocks. And you know, they have way more professional videos on how to do stuff and all these different things that you can, yummy, delicious. It's not like exercise working out at all. and you know, if you like it, you can get on their thing and watch all their videos. I'll probably keep on doing videos if people like them. I don't know what the quality is like for people or all that kind of stuff. So I'll probably keep on doing videos and you can just watch mine. But if you get the blocks, you know, you get it on on the, what is it called? The starter program. And then they have some videos for you there too.
Okay.
But you know, yeah, but I'll be showing you guys different things that you can do with your hands too. I won't only do block stuff because I'm already like getting inspiration for, you know, showing you guys different stuff I'm doing. Amy, oh yeah, can you use a yoga block? No, not a regular yoga block. But when I first got started, like, yeah, if you guys want to get started with me, like you look at what I'm doing, you're like, oh, that looks like fun. Like the video that I just did, you could totally do it with that cork. There's a cork block on Amazon. It's a thin cork block. It's thinner than a regular block. Thin cork block. It's like $18. You can get that on Amazon, and then you can totally practice with me and see if you like it. The blocks that they sell at Block Therapy are wooden. They're harder. I like them better, but I'm gonna tell you guys, before they arrived, I already had the skinny cork block in my love room. So I was using that skinny cork block and I was getting deep with it. So I think you guys would be fine with the skinny cork block if you just want to get that for $18 rather than making the investment with Block Therapy. Because if you get both blocks, which is if you're like me and you want to go for it, you're like, this is freaking awesome, and you just want to do it, then I recommend both blocks, the baby and the buddy, because you can do even double blocking. And who knows, maybe I'll even get into some double blocking. It's deep. It's incredible. I really like double blocking, actually, especially when we're working stuff like the chin. I've been getting deep into the chin lately, and all these kind of lines that come down, they actually connect, like right here, connects all the way up to the eye. Like you could feel it. And it's really neat. It's really like, it makes me really stoked that I get these marionette lines so that I could play with that kind of energy, because I wouldn't even see it. And two, that I'm like super thin right now and I can see this. So then it makes me go, what is that? What's going on there? And
Wow.
kind of wanted to check it out, you know, like in a curious way, just wanted to check it out. And so I started doing some stuff and sticking that block under here and putting one on my chest and kind of like pulling it like that. And this whole chin started to release. And it was so freaking amazing. I can't even explain how good it is.
Wow.
Like all up here, all this electricity starts happening. And I'm like, it is amazing. It really is. And it's, see, the thing is, as we're making the body with our mind, as we're making it all the time, we're making it up with our mind. As we're contracting everywhere. So we might contract, like, see right here, I have a wrinkle that goes like this. And this is it's not because I'm almost 50. That's not the reason. The reason is from thinking in a certain way over and over again that contracted and made a twist and another twist and hardening and a twist and again and again. And this whole face starts to go, right? So we're just releasing that stuff. And it's like more than a workout. It's like a deep massage, relaxation, and meditation all in one. And I'll tell you, this stuff right here, it seems like it's a little hangy right now. And it's been broken up. It was really hard. And now it's soft. And the softness is only like this is only temporary, because that tissue is now released and it can like migrate back to how it normally goes. There's still tightness in there, but way less. So, and then the goal in it is to be completely free of all adhesion. So you can just push right to the bone and it's nice and juicy and spacious in there with a tissue. Just juicy and spacious. And really, you don't have to attain any goal or anything like that. You're just moving in a direction. You know, that's not really, the goal isn't to attain a goal either. It's just like you're moving in a direction that's driving this meditation with breath and allowing for a release. See? And it's really beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, loving, kind practice. I love it. And I have more to share besides just that, that's beautiful, loving, and kind. And I'll tell you what tuned me into it and what really inspired me is my mom told me a story about my sister, about how she's been trying to get rid of wrinkles. So she's been doing all these face exercises that she came up with. And she's 4 years younger than me. And and they didn't work for her. She felt like they weren't working, so she kept on seeing the wrinkles here. So what she did was she took her fingernails and she scratched them and she mutilated her face. And when I heard that, I was like so inspired to show gentle ways of taking care of this desire, urge, whatever it is, to be beautiful, not to reject it, but just to show how to be gentle with it so that we can embrace that aspect of ourselves, and also use it in a way that's healing. You get it all the boxes checked, so to speak, right?
Yeah, I definitely have been noticing definitely an increased amount of tension like around my solar plexus and stuff. So yeah, that sounds like it'd be fun to, instead of pulling out my old tricks of the trade, like it's kind of like a new way to approach that, because it just feels really interconnected with a lot of other things. So
Yeah, that's right. And then the old way, and I went back to it a couple times too. I just go and lift some weights and something like that. And I'm like, wow, that really doesn't resonate with me anymore. It's really interesting. It just really doesn't do the thing for me. And then it's funny because once I start getting into block therapy, and I get way into it, because when I'm feeling something like that, I get way into it. I research it a lot and watch a lot of videos on it and get a lot of information about it, and come to find out, like, from their point of view, is that contracting your muscle with like that with weights, unless you're doing it in a really particular way, and is like super contracting or condensing to tissue.
okay, yeah,
Because it's the hardness that we build up. We don't realize it, that it's this hardness we build up that attaches to bones that makes everything else soft. So it'll like make things dense and soft at the same time. And that's basically aging. Dense, soft, twisting, all that stuff. And it's symbolic of the way we're thinking. So when you approach it like, okay, I'm unwinding like this, and you're noticing that the thought patterns that are holding, you can see them holding even when you're going through it, especially in the solar plexus. That's intense, man.
wow,
Yeah, there's some good solar plexus action. But you could just go like this too. I'm gonna angle this down for a minute. You can see, here's my solar plexus right here. I'll open this up. Here's my solar plexus right here. Okay. So if you just, I'm reclining a little bit right now. If you just take your fingers right here and go in as much as you can until you feel some pain, right?
yeah.
And then you do your best to breathe through your nose, stick your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and breathe slow. And at the end of the exhale, push everything out of your lungs and just give yourself just as much pain as you can handle. And it's pressure like this over time, and you'll start feeling releases. So see, you don't really even need a block. Probably it would be good for that butt lift one that I was showing you. Do you see that? And I'm pressing right here. This is the solar plexus. So you're like, so goes from where your breasts are, and you got this where the breastbone is right here, and then it kind of like it makes an upside down V, and then go right under that. Yeah, you feel that? How it's tender. So you can just sit with that for like a half hour, whatever you can handle. And then,
Oh, that long? Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Minimum of 3 minutes.
Wow.
And just kind of like search around in there, look for pain, and then breathe through it. And that's like, you guys wouldn't believe how that is such a shortcut for a lot of things, because you're actually breathing through this tension being held in the mind to prop it up in the body. You're breathing through that tension.
And then just allow, any thoughts to come.
Well, here's the thing with the thoughts. You do not have any space for them. You have no space for them, because you need to pay attention to your tongue at the roof of your mouth. You need to pay attention to your breath, that it's not making any audible sound. And yet it's also deep, as in you're squeezing all the breath out of your lungs at the end of every exhale. Okay. So with all that going on, how the fuck are you going to think about anything? And when you find yourself thinking something, here's how it is for me. When I find myself thinking about something, I notice I'm not really doing what I want to do right now, which is notice my tongue, notice my breath, right? Put a smile on my face. That's another thing that I do. That's another thing that I'm focused on that doesn't involve my monkey mind. So it's a whole, however long you spend doing it, it's all meditation. Okay? You just don't have time. You don't have space for those thoughts. You got too much going on. If you want to do this the way you really want to do it.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. Yeah.
Right? Right? If you want to do it the way you really want to do it, you don't have space for thoughts. But when they come, you're not pissed. When you find yourself in a thought, you're not pissed. This is how I approach it. I'm just noticing, oh, I'm not really doing what I want to do. Back to what I want to do. Simple. What I want to do is make this sensation intense enough to where it's interesting to me enough that I want to focus. See, you want to get some kind of interesting sensation so that you want to focus. It's the easiest way to get yourself into meditation I've ever fucking seen.
Dang.
That's why I'm saying it's a shortcut. Because you're making it interesting to you enough that you will not pursue your thoughts. And that, in all by itself, without any pressure over time or all that other stuff, is healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're doing it with pressure over time. It's like, put it together and it's exponential. How do you think you make a diamond?
Nice. Totally.
And all the crystals in the earth. Pressure over time. See? Isn't that fun? So there'll be more. You guys who say you want to try my video, Yulia, yes, it's there. It's at my channel. It's already up. It says, what does it say? Block. I think it says block therapy or something like that. Lifting the butt. Yeah. You might be tired of my butt after watching that video. A lot of hope ass going on. And every time you're probably going to see my ass. So if you like that, you're in. Because I gotta at least start with the belly position, and my ass is up in that one, even if I'm doing something else where if I'm actually working on my ass, then I'm on my ass. You don't see it as much. Oh, wow. I got low battery. And will you see if it's okay with Tony. Otherwise, grab the one that's upstairs in the lanai. Oh my gosh, Anne is the best. She's like my assistant when I'm doing wisdom dialogues online. It's so cool. It'll make me think about my ass. That should be super interesting. Yeah. Well, there's one part, Yulia, you will love this. One part I showed in that video is where you get that adhesion away from where the ass starts going into the hamstring and becoming one with the hamstring. You don't want your ass to be one with your hamstring. That makes for a flat ass, right? And that's what I start to notice, like as people go up in age, they seem to get a flat ass. I'm like, and I'm just asking myself, why is that? I'm not succumbing to, oh, it's because they're getting old. You know. So then I can see. So then different opportunities come. Yeah, you plug it in over there. Thank you. Yours isn't flat. No, yours isn't flat. I know. I remember seeing your ass. It's not flat. Mine isn't flat either. Wait till you see it. It's not flat at all. But it's flatter than it was. I've noticed the patterns. I noticed the way that it seems to be going, you know. And I'm like, I'm not accepting that as a reality. You know, I guess growing old gracefully means accepting these things as a reality. I don't care what I see. I'm not going to accept it as a reality. I'm always going to hold out that that's not my reality. And in that, I can see different things. I can actually see something or think I see something that can reverse what seems to be made. Okay. It's just fun. I don't see the video on you now. Wisdom Dialogue is about asses. Yes, Wisdom Dialogues has always been about asses. I've told you a bunch of times that I am well, I told you I'm an idiot. I'm also an ass. So how about that? Yeah. Oh, you want, okay, I'll give you guys a link because people are having trouble finding it. So I'll just give you guys a link. Let's see. I might even have it up right now. Do I? Yeah, because I was giving my mom a link. So here, there's a link. Okay, I put the link there, and let me see, put the link on Facebook too. There's a link to my video. I love that. Oh, let me see if that does it. Oh no, that's the wrong link. Shit, it sends her to it sends you guys. It sent my mom to the wrong place too. Yes, I know what I'm doing here. Let's see. Get shareable link. That'll do it. There you go. Here you guys go. It's great. On the Facebook one. There we go. Okay, you guys got the link now. I think I need a video for droopy eyelids. Oh yeah, I'll do one like that. But I'll tell you, if you go to that link that I gave you to do block therapy, there is actually one for the eyes. You wouldn't believe it, Yulia. Oh my goodness. We're like getting all up in here, like this shit right here. It feels so good right now. I can't even express to you. I'm gonna have to show that. That might be the next one that I do. That might be the next one. Oh, it's right. It's right. Oh, wait a minute. Does it still say studio on it? I'm still giving you guys the wrong link. It said get shareable link. Let's see. Get shareable link. Link copy to clipboard. I'm just giving you guys the wrong link. There it is. That's the right one. Oh, it worked when I put it on YouTube or on Facebook. It worked. Delete that one. Yeah, there you guys go. So the interesting thing about it is you'll learn more and more. Oh, me too. Oh, I'm not sending it to everyone. Okay. Okay. Send to everyone. There it is. It's right there on Zoom now. The thing about this is it tunes you in more and more to there is no body. Because, you know, one of the things that I'm noticing is my teeth feel like they're floating because I've been doing these techniques inside my mouth in the gums. And my teeth feel like they're floating because there is no there is no matter here. So it's the dense thoughts that make these things even feel like they're dense. It's really interesting because, you know, the gums, they feel like they're dense, and they feel even more dense the more we make these adhesions by making thoughts real. Making thoughts real is making adhesions in the body. That's what's going on. So the more we're doing that, like stuff like the jaw is getting really hard. Like you push on it, you go inside your mouth and you push on it, it seems like it's solid, but you keep on going and you realize it's not solid, and the teeth are really just like floating around. Yeah, you got it now, girl. Me and you. Okay, so we'll get started on some different stuff like that really soon, and some more things with blocks, without blocks, and talking blocks and stuff like that. So yay, everyone. It's so exciting. I love that. I love having a tool, some kind of tool that, and you don't need a tool for anything. You really don't need anything. But having fun with whatever it is that you seem to have is awesome too. Having a tool for just going right to the pain. And really pain is just a sensation that we interpret it as pain. So you start to see that more and more too. How is Miracle Botanicals doing? Miracle Botanicals is doing awesome. It's under SEO right now. So it's going to be advertised a lot more, I guess. Not advertised, but when people search, they find us easier and easier. So that's going on. It seems like it's still going for a little while. We'll see what happens. I know I got the sense today, and one thing that seemed to be stressful was 8 years ago, I said, I don't want to do this anymore. And, you know, 8 years, and I'm like, it's kind of like the same thing where I was going, remembering back to when I was 12 and I was saying, I never want to have kids. And then I had kids, and then I was suffering over that. So it came to me 8 years ago, I said, I didn't want to do this. And now I'm still doing it. And when I saw that, I realized that's a pattern of suffering. It's not that anything really happened or I really want to get out of it. It's like at times there's a sense that I want to get out of it. And I'm making this a challenge for me because there seems to be a financial challenge. I know for years, which that's not really the meat of it. It's the reaction. It's all the reactions to the running out of money. And the way I set it up, or the sense of impending running out of money, which it has never happened. I guess if you put it all on books, it already happened a long time ago, but it doesn't really matter because everything's the same. But there's always this feeling of impending doom. And I set it up so it's like all these people depend on me to keep this thing going and keep like almost this illusion going of having enough money for doing these things. But then I'm also looking at it from this perspective of there is no money. Of course, I have all the money in the world, right? So it's really interesting play, and I can see why it's given to me. And I'm grateful that it's given to me because I know that by me going through these emotional challenges with awareness, it's healing the need for anyone to do this. It's healing the need for us to make money meaningful in the first place. That's why I want it. I know that's why I want any challenge, so that I can see through it. That's the only reason I want it. And I'm not like resistant to it taking a long time either. These things take time. It's like an unfolding. And it's like each time it'll go away and come back around. Like it'll seem like it's more stable, which I know it's never stable. It only seems like that. It'll seem like it's more stable, and then it'll seem like it's less stable. And that's great. I love that because it gives me the opportunity to see where the blockages are, where things are being held. I get the perception of other people having a problem with it. I get the perception of other people. I haven't lately had the perception of other people judging me like I've done something wrong. It's a matter of willingness to see that whatever anyone else is projecting or whatever sense of dread is being projected, it's all coming from the same place. These projections never leave their source. They just stay where they are and make you upset, 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 which is what I want when that's what I got. See? Because it's through that sense of upset that's giving us these opportunities to see how to undo what we made. I'm like, no, I don't accept that I'm trapped. I don't accept that that thought means anything, that I wanted to quit 8 years ago and I'm still doing this. And it only seems to mean something when it comes around with an upset feeling. That's the thing about this bullshit. Don't buy it. It doesn't mean you need to do anything different. You know, the next few minutes later, it seems like, whoa, what an acid trip. That I was upset about that I made that story up. What story will it be the next time I get stressed? Right? And it's like people, if you tell that to a regular person, right, they'll say, even a spiritual person, because I know I've gone to spiritual persons before with problems. Not to say apparent problems. There aren't any problems. I used to say to my energy doctor, I hate doing my job that I do for the plumbing company. I'm so stressed. I want to not be so stressed. And she'd say, well, you know, this probably means that you need to make a change. And then I felt pressure on myself. Okay. I did end up apparently making a change, but there wasn't a choice in that. So I didn't need the pressure about it. I didn't need that pressure, but I did need the pressure because I needed to learn that. It's not like she did something wrong. It's not like it was a bad teaching. No, it was a great teaching because it was what I needed to learn in that moment. That's what she needed to teach in that moment. And it's all perfect. And there is just no pressures, no need for any pressure on you because you don't do anything. You're not the one making the change, but the change comes about. Changes do come about when they are maximally beneficial. That's when they come about, not before then. I don't want it to seem like my business is, what would be the word, stable before it's time, before it's done what it needs to do. So I don't know when that is. So when I get the sense like, where is it? Where is it? When is it finally going to hit? When is it finally going to be successful? When is it, when I find myself like that, I'm also glad about that because that's showing me something. So that's your answer to the question, how is Miracle Botanicals doing? I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, it is. It's a new age woke thingy if that's what you wish it to be. Yeah. It could be anything you want. It could even be the answer to your prayers. It's all in your mind. Lori told me she looks at me like I'm her lifeboat. And I was stoked about that. I said, that's freaking awesome. Like, whatever role you want to give me, that's great. I love that role of lifeboat too. I learned so much through that. When you come to me with your questions, that's me giving myself those questions from my perspective. From my perspective, you don't have any kind of problem in your understanding. I do. And you're giving me the opportunity to clarify that. Like, you don't need me. And if you want to make me your lifeboat, that's great. I love it. It's fine. We all do stuff like that, and it's all for learning. Yeah. And if you, oh, by the way, fetch Pope. This is Brahma, right? Brahma, is that you? Tell me if that's Brahma. I'm pretty sure it is. If you're still listening, that was only 2 minutes ago, so you probably are. If you're still listening, I would love to hear if you could build me some wooden blocks. I would love to find out if you could build me some wooden blocks. I want some of those. I know you're a great woodworker. I don't care if you think I'm woke. thingy, new age, whatever. I want some blocks from you. All right. Does anyone have any questions? This has been so fun. I really appreciate you guys joining me. You guys are so cool. Thanks so much. Anyone have any questions or anything to add? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Thank you so much. I will be back next week. I'm going to give you guys a heads up right now. No, I'm not, because I'm going to keep on doing, I'm going on a trip, but I'm going to do wisdom dialogues online on the trip. I'm just not going to be in person for one Friday. And that's going to be the first Friday in June. But other than that, I love it. And I'll be back next Monday. Oh, thank you. I love you guys so much. I am also on Instagram. I do wisdom bits there. I'll be doing a wisdom bit tomorrow. They're like 5 minutes long. I do them twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday usually. And I will do some more. I will probably, I don't know how soon, I do get inspired about it, do some more self-care stuff, videos. I'll bring the, since I got a request for eyelids, I'm going to bring the eyelids in there pretty soon. I really like doing the eyelids, you guys. That is, that I was like, whoa, there's a lot of fear projected into the eyelids. That's why they droop down. It's really interesting. We're going to have some fun with that. To those of you who like to have fun with that. All right. Yay. I'll be back again next week. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Mahalo. Aloha. Ahui ho.